whispered, you better meditate. So I did. I actually took time to do that this morning. I know the meeting is going on YouTube, but it still takes a couple of minutes lag time. So welcome YouTube. Welcome everyone else. And we'll get started here in just a moment. I hope my connection stays with us because it seems to be a little slow this morning. All right, here we go. Interesting. You see that? Jacqueline? All right. Please keep an eye on that for me. All right, welcome. My name is Valorie Lewis, and this is Tarot Unicorns and Coffee, and this is our event, Magical Monday Manifestations, that happens every Monday. We read tarot cards first, and then we move into oracle cards. Y'all like my makeup this morning? I feel like the Halloween season is the only time I am seen and recognized by the makeup industry. I love all the sparkly and the glow and all of the things. And I saw this blue and I was like, absolutely, I need to have that. It gets me in touch with my Syrian origins. So anyway, so we do tarot and oracle group readings. We start with tarot and then we move to oracle. No matter where you are in your path or what questions you might have this morning, I feel like Spirit always finds a way to weave its message into the reading so that you can get the answers, the guidance, the insight that you are seeking. So with that being said, I'm going to ask you to take a couple of minutes here at the beginning, at the top of the hour, while I get my deck out. This is not the deck I intended to pull from, but this is the one that keeps calling to me. So Spirit must be directing us to this. Take a couple of deep breaths. Take a moment or two to settle in. And then I want you to focus your energies, your questions, whatever you might be seeking clarity or guidance on, send those out to the universe. And then take another deep breath, and on the out breath, we're just going to release it all to the universe, with trust and belief that the answers, the guidance that we're seeking will come back to us. And so we're going to switch into the receiving mode and allow ourselves to listen and be receiving of messages. I'm going to adjust my camera here just a minute. Here we go. Awesome. Okay, are we ready to receive some answers, some insight, some guidance? Awesome. Oh, thank you for all the comments over there in the chat. Thank you. Okay, one thing I want to mention. First, let me tell you what deck I'm reading from before I forget. It's Brit's Third Eye Tarot. Saturday, so we have all week to prepare for this, but I will say that we are in the astrological events are like a dimmer switch. I love this analogy that was given to me by a dear friend, Robin Poole, an astrologer. You might know her. It's like a dimmer switch. So as we approach an astrological event, especially the big ones, it's not like it's just on that day when you experience the effects or the energies of it. It's like it's a gradual turning up to the event and then a gradual tapering off from the event. So what event am I talking about? Saturday, October 14th, solar eclipse and new moon. Some big energies happening in the sign of Libra. And Libra is about balancing. So when we have, and this is an intuitive guidance for me, when we have a sign, Libra, that's all about balancing. Libra is also ruled by Virgo, so your love life, your love relationships might come into play as well. When we have a sign that's about balancing, and we have an eclipse in that sign, and eclipses are known to be a bit chaotic, a bit unpredictable. That's the kind of energy of an eclipse, which is a good thing for our lives, because I think eclipses are like, I keep seeing the image of a snow globe in my head, shaking everything up, but so that everything can settle back down into a more desirable pattern or a more desirable moving forward. So we have something that's going to shake us up happening in a balancing sign. Ooh, hold on, y'all. So just know that whatever you might be experiencing this week as it increases, just keep in mind, this is happening so that I can balance my life out. This is happening so that I can balance my life out. So I offer you that insight. I wrote a little bit more about it in a blog post, which will be in the newsletter. But can y'all tell I'm really pumping up my newsletter? It's free to join, but I just want y'all on my newsletter to get those insights. But I wrote a little bit more about the eclipse and what you can expect and look forward to in a blog post, which will be included in my newsletter. But let's get into what y'all came here. Oh, it's Thanksgiving month already in October? Huh. It's Happy Thanksgiving in Canada. I thought y'all's Thanksgiving was a little bit closer to ours, but I guess not. Well, happy Thanksgiving, Canadians. Happy Thanksgiving, Jacqueline. And here we have another Canadian joining us, so I'm gonna have to repeat that all in just a
Valorie, you're muted.
What happened there? Might be my connection. Okay, what questions do we have? I was gonna say, I sense questions about path forward. Is anybody having questions about what do I do next? That's what I'm sensing, the general consensus. Happy Thanksgiving, Alex. Jacqueline just told us it's Thanksgiving Day in Canada. Somebody said in the chat, I definitely have that question. What is the path forward? Well, let's see what Spirit has to say. Oh, okay. So I just pulled the tarot cards, and this time I'm actually looking at them as a whole. I don't often do that. Interesting, just as a spread, 5 cards. We start with the major arcana and we end with the major arcana, and the cards in between are about our day-to-day life. So without even knowing what the interpretation of the cards, just by the layout, I'm going to say we're going to get some guidance that's going to be something that we're going to want to heed and incorporate, because it's going to affect all areas of our life to start the week out with. If we can kind of come back to this touch point, and I'll tell you what the card is in just a minute, but come back to this touch point throughout the week, it's going to benefit us. And then we have 3 cards that are going to tell us more about our day-to-day life, what might be going on. They're all minor arcana. And then 1 card to kind of wrap things up, wrap our week up, get us focused going forward. This last card is also major arcana, and it might be a card that's going to help us integrate the energies that we experience throughout the week. So first card, the Star. The Star is one of my favorite cards. Let me make sure I am spotlighted on your screen here. The chat is blowing up. I love it when you are chatting in the morning. I won't be able to keep up with all the chat, but I'll try to check in. The Star is one of my favorite cards because I'm a Sagittarius, and the Star is the card for Sagittarians. No, it's not. Temperance is. What am I talking about? The Star is one of my favorite cards anyway. Let me just say that. Maybe it's my favorite card because I'm a star seed. Anyway, the Star, in the Fool's journey, the Fool visits all these archetypes, and when it comes upon the Star, the Fool has been through some shit. The Fool has visited death. The Fool has had Tower. The Fool has, what else? It's seen all of the crazy things going on up in the world. The Wheel of Fortune, it's had some crazy insights in its life. And then it comes up on the Star, and the Star is this beautiful maiden, sometimes represented as an angel. I see it as a star literally coming down out of the heavens and represented by water's edge. 1 foot in the water, 1 foot out of the water, 2 vests. That's Temperance again. The Star still has 1 foot in the water and 1 foot out of the water. Why am I getting the Star and Temperance mixed up? Anyway, the Star is a moment, a time for the Fool to sit down and to be rejuvenated after all that it's been through. So what a lovely card as we are in this Libra season, talking about bringing balance, going into this new moon solar eclipse situation happening this weekend. The Star is saying self-care. Doesn't she look like the self-care queen? The star is saying before you move forward into this week, take care of yourself, center yourself, rest, rejuvenate yourself. Look at that third eye just glowing. Take some time to reconnect to your spiritual center, your spiritual self, your consciousness, your intuition, your higher self, whatever you call that. But it's very, very much about rejuvenating and resting before you move forward. Self-care Monday. Let's make this self-care Monday. I don't care if it's 5 minutes of self-care or if you take the whole damn day, but Spirit is definitely telling you, take some time to set yourself up first before you move forward into this week, because this week might bring you some interesting opportunities. Let me see if there's anything else I get from the star as a card, because I am definitely mixing up the star and the temperance energy, which is not uncommon because temperance is also a card. I mean, it's in the title, temperance, that talks about balance. But let me get myself back on track by seeing if there's anything else. Ooh, I like this. Expectations fulfilled, wishes granted, opportunities, healing after traumatic events. Does anybody need that kind of energy? Here we go. Somebody who said, what's the path forward? Who said they had that question? The star is also knowing you are on the right path, receiving inspiration and renewed hope. The star's affirmation is, I expect miracles. I love it. I love it. I love it. Your fortune is increasingly bright and you are blessed by the universe. Just some key words, some key statements out of this. It's also talking about a time to uncover any limiting beliefs of self-doubt that you were holding on to. Find the courage to voice any unexpected emotions and release every bit of outgrown energy that is anchoring you to the past. Ooh, cord cutting time, energy clearing time. Make sure you're taking time to do that. That's all part of self-care. So the star to start our week out with, to set the pace for our week. And let's get into the next card, which is the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups. Look at what she's doing here. She is walking away. She's not just walking away from all of those spilled cups, but she's headed towards higher levels. She's headed towards new levels. What's behind that door? That's going to be a personal question for you. What are you seeking? What are you looking for? What's behind that door for you? And what do you need to walk away from in order to ascend that staircase and reach that level and go through that door? Because just like the star said, it's time to cut cords and let go of what's no longer serving you. Many of you are going to experience an 8 of Cups moment this week in your day-to-day life and something that's going on with you, and it's time to walk away. Another thing I like about the 8 of Cups in traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, the 8 of Cups are represented by 8 cups that are stacked, and it looks like there should be 9 cups, but one is missing from the stack, from the formation. The formation looks as if there should be 9 cups, but one is missing and there's only 8 cups. And what I like about that Rider-Waite-Smith image is it reminds me that sometimes things are going to look unfinished. Sometimes it's going to look like I started something, there's a cup still missing, there's a piece still missing, but it's still time for me to walk away from it, even if it feels unfinished, even if it feels like there's T's that aren't crossed and I's that aren't dotted. It might be time for you to walk away from it. Does that mean you have to walk away from it forever? No. Maybe it'll cycle back into your life when you were more prepared to complete it. Or maybe it's just letting you know that, hey, you started this project, this relationship, this job, this whatever. You started it when you were in a certain vibrational set point. You have moved way beyond that vibrational set point. You have elevated yourself. And for you to complete that project that you started from a lower vibration would not benefit you. So maybe it's a shift in vibration where you keep trying to do something, square peg, round hole. You keep trying to do something that is just no longer a fit for you. So being able to look at the unfinished project or look at the unfinished whatever it might be in your life and truly sink into your intuition and ask Spirit, is this what you're asking me to walk away from. That might be what you, no, that's not a might. That is what you are being called to do this week. And this has more to do with your day-to-day life than it has to do with your overall life, because this is a minor arcana card. So walking away from something that feels from our vantage point as unfinished, but from Spirit's vantage point, Spirit is like, I've been done told you to leave that alone. I don't know why you keep going back to it. All right, let's see. I'm just seeing if what's going on over there in chat, see if there's anything I'm missing. Okay, let's move on to the next one. And this is the 9 of Cups. So we go right from the 8 of Cups, Spirit's like, will you please walk away, leave it alone, right into the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is realizing, oh, I really didn't need to do that. But we can't get to this point until we let go. And some of us get so stuck in the overthinking that we never leave this step point. And then we just complain about why our life isn't like this. The 9 of Cups is the wishes fulfilled card. Look at her, enjoying all of those overfilling cups that she would have never found. She would have never walked through that door because she's too busy looking at the cups, the been there, done that situation. She's too busy being in what is to realize what could be. But she made that shift. You can make that shift. The 9 of Cups is the wishes fulfilled. The 9 of Cups is walking through that door and beginning to realize, beginning to live, beginning to see the manifestations that you have been asking for. The wishes fulfilled, the overflowing abundance pouring into your life in a blissful way. Who's ready for that? Me, thank you. 9 of Cups. And then we have the Queen of Swords. Swords is about our thought processes. Swords is an air card. Swords is also about our communication. And you see this fierce queen with her double-edged sword. Swords are also a reminder that our words can cut, our communication styles can cut. Are we using the words that we speak out into the world to cut away what no longer serves us? Or are we using it kind of from our shadow side to say some things that we shouldn't be saying? I'm guilty of that. Queen of Swords is a reminder to step into that queen energy though, and to take control of your thoughts and control of your speech and control of your communication. One of my metaphysical friends the other day said, I'm trying to get her words as accurately as possible. She said, dang it, it's gone now. What the idea of what she was saying is that our words are magical. Anytime we verbally speak, audibly speak something out into the world, we are literally creating our world by the words that we speak. So if you can take this queen energy, step into this queen energy and think, how would a queen speak to her realm, speak to the other members of her court? She would be decisive, again, bringing into play that sword. Swords represent decisiveness. She would be decisive. She would be strong with her words, but also she's queen, she's divine feminine. So she would also have loving and compassion. You could still say what you need to say without cutting someone, without dealing a death blow. So I believe that she is showing up because of what I know about these energies and what I know about Virgo ruling Libra is that Virgo is going to bring up personal and interpersonal relationships for us this week because it is, back up, Venus, because Libra is ruled by Venus. Venus is going to bring up some personal and interpersonal relationships, things around love for us. And so that's why we have the Queen showing us the way on how to deal with those situations. She's reminding you, invite love and compassion into your words, invite love and compassion into any decisions that you need to make. I feel like she has a stronger message from us. What is she trying to say? Queen of Swords. Let me just sit with this for just a moment. Okay, the other thing I'm noticing that my eyes are going straight to is the pendant that she's wearing on her neck. Now, it doesn't particularly look blue, but I'm gonna say it's blue because that she's wearing that pendant. I'm sensing that she's wearing that pendant as a crystal, as an amulet, as an opener through her to her throat chakra, because she wants to make sure that her speech is impeccable. And she wants to make sure that her throat chakra is open. So if there is something, some conversation that you feel like that you've been putting off, that you've been delaying or postponing, now is the time to allow this Queen of Swords to come in with her energy to help you open up that throat chakra, but also to help you use your throat and your voice in the most beneficial way. All right, and then we're closing it out with another major arcana, closing out the tarot portion of the reading with the World. The world is your oyster. It's all waiting for you. This is also a more emphatic representation of the Nine of Cups, that the wish is fulfilled. The world completes the Fool's journey. It's the last stage in the Fool's journey, but it's also the beginning of a new stage. But it's where everything that you've asked for has kind of been realized, and then you step into the next chapter of your life. Look at how she has the galaxy in her hair. I love that. The world is also represented as a naked individual, an unclothed individual, because it shows that she has shed off everything that she no longer needs. It shows that she's unashamed, that she's bold, that she has nothing to hide. It shows that she is truly and authentically her true self. We can learn so much from the world. What do you need to shed in order to be more of your true self? What do you need to let go of so that you can walk this world unashamed of who you truly are? The world is also about a celebration, an accomplishment, seeing the end of something, but the start of something new, celebrating victories. I love it. And just looking at her with the world literally in her hands, it means she is ready to create whatever she wants. She knows her power. He, it. I'm saying she because this is she on the card. It represents all of us, no matter where we are. Ready to create your world with the universe backing you. That's how we can end this week. And a perfect way to end this week, because it is a new moon and we have a chance to powerfully set our intentions and powerfully put out into the universe what we want to create. So be thinking about that this week as we approach this new moon. All right. Next, we're going to go to Oracle cards. This deck, Voices of the Soul, is the deck I'm going to pull from next. That's Voices of the Soul. And this deck gives you three perspectives. It gives you the perspective of as if your soul were speaking to you. It gives you the perspective of as if your spirit guides were speaking to you. And finally, something called the entity, and you can interpret that entity however you want. You can interpret it as an ancestor or a loved one who has crossed over, who is speaking to you, or as whatever entity you feel is giving you the message at the time. But I like getting the three different perspectives on whatever energy we pull. And I've got my card here. Let's see. Turn it over. Submission. Look at the cat kind of bowing down. And it almost looks like a new moon there in the background. It's almost a new moon. Card number 30, submission. It's called Voices of the Soul, is the name of the deck. I know I have an aversion to the word submission. I hear submission and I start twitching, but let's see what Spirit has to say about submission. Card number 30, where are we at? Submission. So this is as if your soul were talking to you on the topic of submission. Part of you is submitting to something that isn't right for you. Okay, I'm on board with that message. All right. Part of you is submitting to something that isn't right for you. You know this very well because you verbalize it when you're alone. I hear you saying, I can't take it anymore. I don't want to, or it's unfair. I understand you because I feel the same way. At the moment, we're both carrying an inner burden. making us feel deeply tired. This fatigue may be emotional, physical, psychological, or energetic. The more you submit to this energy, emotion, situation, or relationship, the more trouble you have listening to and trusting me. Become aware that your needs aren't being heard, that part of you is submitting to something that isn't aligned with your needs and expectations. By being in an energy of liberation, you will recreate a connection with me. Pay attention to your intuition again, so you can then create space for change and renewal. You may feel you aren't receiving any signs or that your intuition is weak, but the submission you are under is blocking everything. Free yourself and allow yourself that new space you deserve. Everything will become clear. That's that walking away. What do you need to walk away from? That message repeating itself. Okay, now this is your spirit guide speaking to you on the same topic of submission. Part of your energy is trapped in the past. Part of your energy is constantly repeating a situation, event, or relationship which marked you negatively. This is disrupting your heart chakra. You may be looking for answers outside of yourself or among others, but you have already received the answer. You have already received the sign, teaching, or learning you're looking for. The answer is in your past. While your energy is repeating what you have already experienced, this is not the end. Become aware of what is already present inside you. Everything is there. You only have to see it and integrate it mindfully. Sit in a calm place, alone or with someone else. Connect to your past. Visualize it with confidence and detachment. You will discover a beautiful treasure inside you, which will help you connect to a new energy of freedom and lightness. You will be yourself, ready for new adventures. All right. And then finally, the entity speaking to you about the topic of submission. I never managed to assertively say, no, stop, or this isn't what I want. So the entity always speaks as someone who used to be in human form and is no longer in human form. For a long time, I felt a bitter taste in my mouth. I didn't think I could stop the patterns I was creating in my relationships and my way of being. I also thought others knew better than I did. So I listened and I did as I was told. It wasn't right for me, but I have forgiven myself. I am no longer reproducing this pattern, and I invite you to do the same. Others don't know you because you don't show yourself as you really are. They don't understand you because you don't share your frame of reference. I understand what you are feeling right now so much. The taste of freedom is such a beautiful gift from life. So free yourself. Do it for yourself and for me. Your bonds are in your hand. You have the potential to break your bonds and create everything you want in your likeness. When flowers come to you through their perfume, an image, or a symbol, it will be a sign of my presence and support to help you persevere. You can do it. I love that message. I love everything about that card. That might be my card for the week. Let me set that aside. All right. That was a beautiful and very powerful message. I know some of y'all felt that because I felt it. All right, let's go. What else do we want to pull from? Our next oracle deck is Divine Circus. Divine Circus, and this is an Alana Fairchild deck. I so far love all of her decks. They're pretty amazing. Divine Circus speaks to you as if your spiritual journey or your life is a circus. So it has all of the characters from a circus. Anybody feeling kind of circusy today? Let's see. Here's the cover. Divine Circus. Isn't that image beautiful? That's why I love Alana Fairchild. All right. Spirit, what message do we need to help us on our journey from this deck? Secret of Shinobi. And it's card number 11. And I want to point out, we just got a card where the entity said, any images of flowers are me showing up in your life. And the very next card we pull has flowers everywhere. Spirit, your ancestor, your loved ones are definitely with you. That's card number 11. Let's see what the message is. Okay, so first there's an italicized portion in this book. That's how long the message is. So I may or may not read all of it, but the italicized portion is as if the character is speaking to you. So it says, shh, can you keep a secret? It's time to play your cards close to your chest. Soon enough, you'll be ready to stand up on the mountaintop for all to see and hear. For now, let things unfold in the guarded privacy of your ear. The time is right to be seen in the light. You'll know what is true and what to do. Until then, be patient, be private, be committed, and wait for the right time to shine. That was the italicized portion. This is the more of the divinatory meaning. This ninja goddess brings you a message. Sometimes being less visible, less transparent, less seen for a time is helpful. It doesn't mean being dishonest or deceptive, but it does mean keeping your intentions and your truths to yourself until you see the best way to attain your goals. And I'm going to say that's very important as we go into intention setting for the new moon. When our intentions are small and tight and they're seeds and they haven't quite taken root yet, sometimes it is important for us to keep that to ourselves just until we believe in them enough before we share them with others and allow the opinions of others to get in the mix. So this is just about the initial period of you setting your intentions, sitting with this new goal for yourself so that it can take root in your beliefs so that you can start trusting it before the opinions of others come in. And now I'm going to skip on to the affirmation portion of this card. And it says, say the following affirmation aloud to boost the power of this message and to integrate it into your body, mind, and soul. You can say it morning or evening for a few days or even a few months, or just at the end of today's message or reading. And the affirmation is, my inner knowing tells me when to express myself openly and when to remain silent for the greatest good of all. Perfect. I like that message. I feel like it lines up perfectly with this intention setting energy. Where else should we go? What other deck is speaking to me? Not a deck, the angel numbers. Let's pull an angel number. I'm gonna close my eyes and see where we go with this. It's this page, and I feel like it's over here. I put my finger right in the middle of two numbers, so I'm going to read both of them. The first number is angel number 156, and it's personal truths. Rewrite the story. You are what you think you are, and your angels want you to shift that narrative. People might tell you who or what you are, but what they say is not necessarily true. Think of something you get told a lot about your personality and reflect on its truth in your life. And then the other number is angel number 157, and it's new mindset. Change your view. Your angels want you to see how new perspectives contribute to living authentically. Do something today that alters your perspective. Rearrange your furniture, listen to different music, or strike up a conversation with a new person. I love it. Angel numbers. Okay, where else do we need to go? Angels got your back. It's where I'm going next. And then I think I'm going to pull from a Kyle Gray deck also. So Kyle Gray, what do y'all want from Kyle Gray? Which are the two decks I have? Where are the two decks I have? Did I move them? I don't know where my Kyle Gray decks are. Usually they're right next to each other. What did I do with them? I'm asking y'all like y'all can tell me. Well, shoot, I guess we're not doing Kyle Gray today. I don't know how both of my Kyle Gray decks are going. That's interesting. Spirit is like, nope, that's not where I want you to go today. I'm just not seeing them. Oh, I'm just not seeing them. Keepers of the Light is right in front of my face. Angels and Ancestors is the one that I don't see. But Keepers of the Light is right in front of me. So maybe we'll pull from that one. But first, we're going to pull from The Universe Has Your Back by Gabrielle Bernstein. What help and reassurance can you give us today, universe, about our path forward? I'm getting 2 cards from this deck. I am the dreamer of my dream. When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. So whoever's feeling like they're off in the weeds, like they tripped and fell and skinned their knee on their spiritual path, this is your advice from the universe on how to get back on track, how to get back to the light. Accept the love of the universe as your primary teacher. Accept the love of the universe as your primary teacher. I'm gonna let y'all think about how you can incorporate that into your life. And now we will go to Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray. Keepers of the Light. I wasn't even finished shuffling when a card jumped out. Archangel Michael. You got a lot of angels coming up. Archangel Michael. He's one of my favorites. Archangel Michael says trusting heaven, and that sounds like what we just got from the other one where it said trusting. In these, on the card itself, I will go to the guidebook, but on the card itself, it says you are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. Didn't we pull a card earlier that said trust in miracles, or I believe in miracles? I expect miracles. That's what it was. Believing in miracles and expecting miracles are 2 completely different energies. Completely different. And for a long time, I used to walk around saying, I believe in miracles. And there's t-shirts and keychains that say that, I believe in miracles. But see how things shift for you when you start saying, I expect miracles. It's a whole different energy. I expect miracles. I expect miracles. It means I'm always looking for them. It means I'm expecting them. It means I'm deserving of them. But here we go. Archangel Michael, trusting heaven. Archangel Michael, or Saint Michael, is one of the 4 major archangels in the Abrahamic religions. His twin flame is faith. He is loved all over the world because he is the patron saint of protection. He wields a bright sword of light to help us detach from dramas, challenges, or fears. Remember, we had that card, the 8 of Cups, talking about walking away, leaving our past behind. What do we need to do to detach from that past? If it's something difficult, if we don't even know what it is, call on Archangel Michael and say, listen, this crazy lady on the internet today told me I'm supposed to get rid of something in my past. I don't even know what it is, Michael. Can you help? Absolutely. Absolutely, he will help you. He will wield his sword and cut out of your life what you no longer need, what is no longer serving you. Absolutely, he does it instantaneously. Here's the thing though, here's the kicker. After he cuts it out of your life, do you pick it back up? Many of us do. And so maybe making it a daily practice to have Archangel Michael by your side, helping you to continue to release and let go of what's no longer serving you. The rest of the message is, his name means he who is like God, and his fiery presence helps awaken our leadership skills and reminds us that we have the capacity to connect with heaven. If challenges are present in your life, call on Michael to bring his sword of light to energetically disconnect you from what is no longer serving you. I'm going to read the extended message after I take a sip of coffee. Extended divinatory message. Your angel team is with you now. You are not in this alone. You may be feeling sensitive or overwhelmed. There's a lot of overwhelm in the spiritual community. You are not alone with the overwhelm. But your angels are inviting you to take a step back so that they can come in and share their light of miracles. You may feel that your prayers aren't heard, but that doubt blocks solutions for entering your life. Know that Archangel Michael and his legion of angels are here to help clear anything that's not serving you so that you can allow in the miracles of change that you deserve. Sometimes when I'm a clairvoyant, I see visions in my head. And sometimes when I'm reading these messages, I get a very clear image. And so I want to share with you the image that I got when it said, where's it at? Your angels are inviting you to step back so that they can come in and share their light of miracles. What I saw was a very dark, and it's kind of Lord of the Ring kind of picture, but I saw an image of me, you, whoever it is, standing in front of a door, an ancient door, and it's kind of like in a cave-like setting, trying to open that door. And they know what they want is on the other side of the door, but it's such a narrow passageway that only one or two people can stand in front of the door at a time. And you are standing in front of that door, struggling with that door. You don't have the keys. You're trying to break it down. You're trying to figure out the lock, trying to figure out if you can jimmy the lock. You're looking around for, is there any other way in this door? But you are blocking the myriads of angels, spirit guides, ancestors that are standing behind you because it's a very narrow corridor. If you turn to the side and stepped back, Archangel Michael, an angel, a spirit guide, somebody with the key could step forward and open that door for you and allow you to pass through. So that's a very vivid image in my head when I read that passage from this oracle card. And it's just another way of saying you don't have to do it yourself. It's also another way of saying you don't have the skills to do it yourself. Please step out of the way and let somebody with the key open that door for you. That is what our spirit guides and angels are for. So take that advice to aid you as well. We got a little bit more time here. What card do I want to go to? Where do we want to go? What am I feeling, Spirit? What messages do we need this morning? Do we need just a channel message? Maybe I should start opening up these sessions with just channel messages, because sometimes I feel the cards are amazing and excellent. I feel like there's somebody who came here for a specific, you know what, I'm gonna go a little bit off script and I hope we have enough time. If you have a specific question that just feels like, if I could just get the answer to this question, it would be so helpful. Put it over in chat, because I feel like I'm being moved by spirit to be a little bit more direct. And somebody needs help. That's what I'm feeling. Somebody needs help this morning, and I'm being moved by spirit to answer a specific question. So if you feel like that's you, put it over in chat, and I hope I have enough time. I hope I can get to it. The Andean Cross is the card that I'm pulling, and this is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. I have no idea what the Andean Cross is or what that message is. It's card number 2. Let's go to that real quick while I let y'all put something over in chat. The Andean Cross represents the cosmology of the shaman. It deepens the 4 cardinal directions, the upper, the lower. It depicts the upper, the lower worlds, and the steps to reach these realms. The hole in the center is a gateway to interdimensional travel, the proverbial eye of the needle we can all go through to experience higher sense of awareness and wisdom to break free from linear time. Interesting. So this is an invitation to raise your gaze from the mundane day-to-day, take our eyes off of what is in front of us and see the infinite. See what is just beyond our grasp, because we can't grasp it from the 3D. We need to open our perspective. We need to step aside and let spirit open the door in front of us. That's all I'm going to read from this one. That just seems like when it said the eye of the needle, again, I see that narrow passageway where we're trying to do it ourselves. and we need someone else to step through that door. We need someone from spirit to step through that door first, to pave that way for us first. And we need to step aside and let that happen. Let me go to chat and see if I have time to, I'm just letting myself be intuitively led to see which answer I need to go to. But I feel like whatever answer I come up with is going to be something that's going to help everyone. Someone who is possibly hurt and needs help. Should I go and try and find them? I'm hearing sit with your guides and invite your guides to communicate with their guides, of course, with consent. Just ask your guides for permission. And there's some kind of communication there's some kind of communication in the spirit realm that you need to tap into first that will help direct your steps here. But I feel like whatever you are perceiving is accurate. So that's what I have for that. Oh, a lot of good questions. A lot of questions about what should I do as far as my career or job opportunities or opportunities to make money. There's something about a holistic fair. There's something about career direction. And there's something about legal matter. I am not a lawyer. Can I put that disclaimer there? But I'm hearing very clearly from spirit, this is advice to who had the legal issue. Stop fighting the person and concentrate on the issue. What is the issue and what is the desired effect of the issue? And if you cannot fight the person on the other side of the issue or bring your focus back to the issue itself, it will turn out better for you in the long run, because there's more options that you are not aware of because your focus has been on who is the entity person on the other side of the issue. When you take your focus off of that person, entity, whatever, and bring it back to the issue itself, I'm seeing that you'll have a broader perspective and more opportunities will become available to you. As far as work, relationships, what should you do about work, career, paths forward? Follow your heart. That's such a cliche statement, Valorie. If I knew what the hell my heart was telling me, I wouldn't be asking you. I know. But tune into your heart. Do some heart chakra work. If you cannot clearly hear your heart, then maybe your heart chakra is a little bit blocked. Put on some heart chakra frequency, do some meditation specific to your heart chakra. Open your heart chakra up first, and then go back in and try to listen to it. Then see where your heart is directing you. Your heart sounds like, what is the most exciting thing I could do? That's what your heart sounds like. What is the most exciting thing I could do? What is the most joy-filled? Not where is the money? Not what is the easiest thing I could do? What is the most exciting thing I could do in this moment? And how can I do it to the fullest extent of my capabilities? Because the most exciting thing you might do in this moment is get on a plane and take a trip to Paris. But if you're not in a financial position, or you don't have enough sick leave to take a trip to Paris, or you don't even know how to book a flight and you don't have a passport, then you have to do that to the fullest extent of your capabilities in this moment, which might mean you just look at trips to Paris and you plan it out, and you plan it to do it 2 years from now. That might be the fullest extent that you can take it to in this moment. But following your excitement is going to help you in all of those questions about career. What is most exciting to you in this decision-making process? And how can you follow that to the fullest extent of what you are capable of in this moment? And a card I pulled, which kind of seems unrelated, but I can totally see where spirit is coming from, Rebel Deck Unicorns, in relation to everybody who had questions about path forward and career. Laugh. Where the fuck is your sense of humor? Which is saying you are getting too much in the muck. You are too much in the overthinking. You are not stepping into the Queen of Swords energy. Remember her energy? She's very much in her thought process, but she's got it together. She's letting love guide her in her thought process. We get this card to laugh and to take ourselves less seriously when we are caught in a system of overthinking. When we are thinking through all of the logical reasons why we should do something. You see how I'm doing this on this lower plane? And we're not thinking through all of the what is feeding my soul reasons, what brings laughter, what brings fun, because those are higher vibrations. So you're getting too serious about this decision, about this matter, and you're forgetting the fun. You came here to experience joy. Is your current decision-making process focused on joy or focused on something else? See if you can refocus it on joy and see how things shift. All right. That's what I have for you all this morning. I hope I answered some of those questions. Let me see if there's anything else over there that I missed. I feel like I hit on something to at least turn you in the right direction, because I'm getting a nod from spirit that whatever I said helped y'all. So I hope it helped y'all. All right, so I just want to remind you again one more time to sign up for the newsletter, please. Please and thank you. That goes out later on this afternoon. Also, if you are looking for deeper, more concentrated personal messages, you can always book a session with me. You can find my booking on goddesswithanattitude.com. And I wish you all well in your week ahead. I hope you take these messages and fully integrate them and come back next Monday. We do this every Wednesday. All right, I love you all. Good luck with everything. Go out there and manifest your life. Bye.